Hey, how are you? Garold, Vallie here, and I want to thank you very much for stopping by, checking out this video. Today we're going to talk about personal accountability. And what do I mean by that? Most people, if you watch the news, you can see politicians, you can see the news shows, you can have professional athletes. When something happens in their lives, the first place they go to is blaming something else or someone else about why it happened. And you see it. You're sitting there going, yep. I can hear your head nodding right now. You're saying, yep, accountability is at an all-time low. Now, personal accountability, it's all within. It's holding yourself accountable for your own actions. It's not always the easiest thing. Not always the easiest thing. I like to recount my story because I think it hits home with a lot of people. A few years ago, I wasn't a big drinker or drug user my whole life. But late in my life, I had some tough times, and I thought vodka could solve those problems. And I went hard. I'll tell you what, 2, sometimes 3 fifths a day, 6 years. It was bad. It was really bad. And I just kept using other things as a crutch of why I was drinking. And I came close to death a few times. And on February 2nd, 2017, I looked in the mirror and I said, all right, we're going to do this. You're either going to kill yourself now, or we're going to find a way to dig ourselves out of this hole. I don't want to see anybody else on the planet go through what I did. I never want to see that. But that little lesson, and it's not little, it's a huge lesson. But looking back, that day, that tragedy taught me one of the greatest lessons about personal accountability. And up to that point, I was a pretty accountable person. I could admit my faults and all that kind of good stuff. But digging out of that hole, it was a whole nother level of accountability. I mean, when you're getting sober, and if you know anybody getting sober, when they actually make the decision to make that kind of a choice, to do whatever it takes, personal accountability goes to an all-time high. Because now you have to be honest about everything. You have to apologize to people. You don't have to, but it's part of any program you get into. You apologize to the people you hurt. Do whatever you can to earn some of that trust back where you can. There is so much there because you're held accountable for everything you did. And you get strong because you're willing to do that. Because you don't want to go back there. Now, again, I don't want anybody watching this video to go through what I went through. But holding yourself personally accountable for your successes and your failures is a game changer. And in today's culture is going to put you on a whole different level. Because it's nobody else's excuse. It's nobody else's fault of why you're here today. It's a sum total of the choices you have made. It is the culmination of 10, 20, 30 years, little decisions that were made. But own those decisions. If you're crushing it at work, own that. And if you're not, own that. If you are being the best possible son, daughter, husband you possibly can be, own that. And if you're not, own that. And if it's not where you want to be, then let's make some changes. Let's get there. But honesty, integrity, those things are a dying art. And I'm trying to remind people of how important that is. And what a light at the end of the tunnel it really can be when you find somebody who is accountable for their actions. Who, if they say, I'm going to be there, they are there. And if they say, I can't make it because of X, Y, or Z, you believe it. So, quick little 5-minute video. If you want to hear more, you want to reach out, feel free to do so. You can always check out my podcast, The Drop-In, on YouTube. Just search Garold Vallie on YouTube, and you can drop me a line at any time through every other social media platform. You can also visit thestokeisreal.com and see where I'm going to be, where I'm going to be speaking. Hopefully, I'll get to a stage near you, and you can hear the full presentation. 45, 50 minutes, half hour, 20 minutes, whatever. But it's all to get each and every one of us to be the optimum version of ourselves. That's the goal with everything I do, is to help you get to where you want to be the most you possibly can be. And it's not always an easy road, and sometimes we have to swallow some hard truths. But at the end of the day, when you're on top of that mountain, it's a wonderful feeling. So I want to thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you guys very soon.